With advanced technologies and a formidable military, the Zorgans had subjugated countless worlds under their dominion. Their grand galactic embassy, a marvel of architectural prowess, stood as a testament to their superiority. It was here that a small delegation of human ambassadors arrived, seeking an audience with the Zorvan leadership. Led by the intrepid diplomat Sarah Novak, the humans hoped to forge an alliance between Earth and the Zorgan Empire. Yet, as they stepped into the cavernous halls of the embassy, they were met with dismissive stares from the various alien dignitaries. "Look at those puny creatures," sneered Zorax, a high-ranking Zorgan official. "They barely reach our waists. What could they possibly offer the mighty Zorgan Empire?" His colleague, Salvox, chuckled derisively. "I've heard their planet is still divided by petty conflicts. They are far too primitive to be of any use to us." Undeterred by the whispered insults, Sarah and her team pressed forward. They had come prepared, armed with knowledge of Zorgan customs and a steely determination to prove Earth's worth. As they approached the towering Zorgan ambassador, Sarah bowed deeply, a gesture of respect in Zorgan culture. "Greetings, Your Excellency," she said in flawless Zorgonian. "We come bearing gifts and a proposal for mutual cooperation between our worlds." The Zorgan ambassador, taken aback by Sarah's linguistic proficiency, hesitated before responding. "You speak our language well, human, but words alone do not make an alliance. What can your species possibly contribute to the Zorgan Empire?" Sarah smiled, unfazed by the challenge. "Your Excellency, humans may seem small in stature, but our strength lies in our adaptability, our ingenuity, and our indomitable spirit. Give us a chance, and we will prove our worth as allies." The ambassador leaned back, intrigued by the human's boldness. "Very well," he rumbled. "We shall see if your actions match your words. But know this, human, the Zorgan Empire does not suffer weakness gladly." With that, the first seeds of an unlikely partnership were sown. Little did the Zorgans realize that the unassuming humans would soon demonstrate their true potential, forever altering the course of galactic history. As Sarah and her team were escorted to their quarters within the embassy, they exchanged determined glances. They knew the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, but they were ready to face them head-on. For the sake of Earth and the future of human-Zorgan relations, failure was not an option. News of the human ambassador's arrival at the Galactic Embassy spread quickly, sparking curiosity and skepticism among the Zorgan populace. Many dismissed the humans as a passing novelty, unlikely to make any significant impact on the galaxy's power dynamics. However, an unexpected crisis would soon put the humans' capabilities to the test. On the fringes of Zorgan space, a remote colony suddenly found itself under siege. A notorious band of Plekian space pirates, long a thorn in the Empire's side, had launched a surprise attack, overwhelming the colony's defenses with their advanced weaponry and ruthless tactics. Frantic distress calls poured into the Galactic Embassy as the beleaguered colonists pleaded for reinforcements. The Zorgan military, stretched thin by multiple conflicts across their vast territory, scrambled to mobilize a response force. It was then that Sarah Novak saw an opportunity to prove humanity's worth. Approaching the Zorgan ambassador, Sarah made a bold proposal. "Your Excellency, let us assist in defending your colony. We have a fleet of human ships stationed nearby, ready to deploy at a moment's notice." The ambassador scoffed, his eyes narrowing with suspicion. "You overstep your bounds, human. This is a matter for the Zorgan military, not your fledgling species." But Sarah persisted, her voice filled with conviction. "With all due respect, Your Excellency, we are here as allies. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to this partnership. We may surprise you." Reluctantly, the ambassador agreed, seeing no other option to quickly aid the besieged colony. With a nod from Sarah, the human fleet sprang into action, their sleek ships cutting through the void of space with remarkable speed and agility. As the human vessels approached the colony, they were greeted by a scene of chaos. The Klekian pirates, their ships bristling with advanced weapons, had already reduced much of the settlement to rubble. Zorgan defenders fought bravely but were outmatched by the pirates' superior firepower. Captain Marcus Reeves, commander of the human fleet, wasted no time in assessing the situation. "Target the pirates' weapons systems," he ordered. "We need to neutralize their advantage." With precision and skill, the human ships engaged the pirates, their adaptive tactics taking the enemy by surprise. The pirates, accustomed to the rigid formations of Zorgan military, were unprepared for the fluid, unconventional maneuvers employed by the humans. Utilizing advanced electronic warfare capabilities, the human fleet disrupted the pirates' communications and targeting systems, while surgical strikes crippled their offensive capabilities. The tide of battle quickly turned, as the once fearsome Klekian pirates found themselves outmatched by the adaptable humans. As the last pirate vessel fled, the Zorgan colonists emerged from their shelters, staring in awe at the human ships that had saved them from certain destruction. News of the humans' victory spread like wildfire throughout the Zorgan Empire, sparking a mixture of amazement and unease. In the aftermath of the battle, Sarah Novak stood before the Zorgan ambassador once more, her head held high. "Your Excellency, we hope this demonstration has shown the value of human-Zorgan cooperation. Together, we can achieve great things." The ambassador, humbled by the humans' display of skill and bravery, nodded slowly. "Indeed, Ambassador Novak, it seems we have underestimated the capabilities of your species. This is a moment that will not be forgotten." As the human fleet returned to the Galactic Embassy, whispers of their victory echoed through the halls of power. The once dismissive Zorgans now looked upon the humans with a mix of respect and trepidation, realizing that these small but formidable beings could very well reshape the galaxy's future. In the wake of the human fleet's stunning victory over the Klekian pirates, the Zorgan Empire found itself divided. While some praised the humans' bravery and skill, others viewed their growing influence with suspicion and jealousy. Among the latter group were a faction of high-ranking Zorgan military leaders who saw the humans as a threat to their own power and prestige. Led by the ruthless General Zarvox, these conspirators gathered in secret, plotting to undermine the budding human-Zorgan alliance. "We cannot allow these upstarts to gain a foothold in our empire," Zarvox growled, his eyes glinting with malice. "They must be eliminated before they become too powerful." The conspirators hatched a devious plan to lure the humans into a trap. Utilizing their contacts within the Zorgan military, they fabricated an urgent distress call from a remote asteroid belt, claiming that a vital Zorgan research facility had come under attack by an unknown enemy. The conspirators' plan hinged on the humans' predictable response. As demonstrated in the Klekian pirate incursion, the humans were quick to offer assistance to their allies. By manipulating this noble instinct, Zarvox and his cohorts aimed to isolate the human fleet and destroy them in one swift stroke. As anticipated, Sarah Novak and her team received the distress call and immediately prepared to mobilize their fleet. However, something about the situation felt off to Sarah. The supposed attackers remained unidentified, and the details of the distress call were vague at best. Trusting her instincts, Sarah approached Captain Marcus Reeves with her concerns. "Captain, I have a feeling this might be a trap. We need to proceed with caution." Reeves, a seasoned veteran of countless battles, nodded in agreement. "I concur, Ambassador. We'll need to gather more intelligence before committing our forces." Utilizing their advanced reconnaissance technology, the humans began to gather data on the alleged attack. They intercepted encrypted communications between the conspirators, revealing the true nature of the distress call and the treachery that awaited them. Armed with this knowledge, Sarah and Reeves devised a counter-plan. They would feign ignorance and allow a small contingent of human ships to respond to the distress call, while the main fleet remained hidden, ready to strike at a moment's notice. As the human contingent arrived at the asteroid belt, they were greeted by an eerie silence. The Zorgan research facility appeared untouched, with no signs of an attack. Suddenly, a massive Zorgan warship decloaked, its weapons trained on the human vessels. General Zarvox's face appeared on the communications screen, a triumphant sneer etched across his features. "Foolish humans," he gloated. "You have fallen right into our trap. Prepare to be annihilated." But Sarah and Reeves had anticipated this moment. With a signal from Reeves, the main human fleet emerged from hiding, catching the Zorgon conspirators completely off guard. The human ships, equipped with advanced stealth technology, had remained undetected by the Zorgon's sensors. A fierce battle ensued, with the human fleet employing their signature adaptability and cunning to outmaneuver the larger Zorgon warship. Zarvox, realizing his plan had been foiled, attempted to flee, but the humans were quick to disable his ship's engines. In a daring boarding action, human marines stormed the Zorgon warship, swiftly capturing General Zarvox and his co-conspirators. The treacherous Zorgons were brought before the Emperor to face justice for their crimes against the Empire and its allies. The Emperor, impressed by the humans' resourcefulness and loyalty, publicly commended Sarah Novak and her team. "Once again, our human allies have proven their worth," he declared. "Their actions have exposed a cancerous growth within our own ranks and demonstrated the strength of our partnership." As the conspirators were led away in disgrace, Sarah turned to Reeves, a smile of triumph on her face. "We've shown them what humans are capable of, Captain, but I have a feeling our greatest challenges still lie ahead." Reeves nodded, his gaze fixed on the stars above. "And we'll face them together, Ambassador, for the sake of both our peoples." In the aftermath of the thwarted Zorgon conspiracy, whispers of an ancient prophecy began to circulate throughout the Empire. The prophecy, long dismissed as mere superstition, spoke of a worthy adversary rising from the depths of the cosmos to challenge the Zorgon's galactic dominion. As the human's reputation grew, many began to wonder if this enigmatic species might be the prophesied challengers. Intrigued by the human's resilience and adaptability, a group of open-minded Zorgon scholars delved into the dusty archives of their ancestral libraries, seeking to unravel the mysteries of the prophecy. Led by the esteemed historian Zaxer, they pored over ancient texts and crumbling scrolls, piecing together the fragmented tales of their forebears. As Zaxer and his fellow scholars studied the prophecy, they discovered striking parallels between the described adversary and the humans. The prophecy spoke of a species born from the ashes of adversity, forged in the crucible of their own world's challenges. These beings were said to possess an indomitable spirit, a keen intellect, and an uncanny ability to unite in the face of overwhelming odds. Zaxar brought his findings before the Zorgon Emperor, who listened with rapt attention as the historian laid out the evidence. "Your Majesty," Zaxar began, his voice trembling with excitement, "I believe the humans may be the key to unlocking the secrets of our ancient prophecy. Their actions thus far have mirrored the qualities described in the sacred texts." The Emperor leaned forward, his brow furrowed in contemplation. "If what you say is true, Zaxar, then we must learn more about these humans. Their potential role in our Empire's future cannot be ignored." Seizing the opportunity, the Emperor extended an invitation to Sarah Novak and her team, requesting their presence at the Imperial Palace. The humans, curious about the sudden summons, accepted the invitation with a mix of excitement and trepidation. As Sarah and her colleagues entered the grand halls of the palace, they were struck by the opulence and grandeur that surrounded them. The Emperor greeted them personally, his demeanor more amiable than they had expected. "Ambassador Novak," the Emperor began, his voice resonating through the chamber, "your species has proven itself worthy of our respect and admiration. But I must confess, there is another reason for your invitation today." The Emperor proceeded to share the details of the ancient prophecy, emphasizing the similarities between the foretold adversary and the humans. Sarah listened intently, her mind racing with the implications of this revelation. "Your Majesty," Sarah replied, choosing her words carefully, "we are honored by your recognition of our abilities. While we cannot claim to be the subjects of your prophecy, we are committed to working alongside the Zorgon Empire to face any challenges that may lie ahead." The Emperor nodded, a glimmer of respect in his eyes. "Well spoken, Ambassador. To that end, I have a proposition for you. I invite your finest warriors and champions to participate in a grand tournament, a test of skill and valor against our own greatest fighters. Let us see the true measure of human prowess." Sarah hesitated, knowing the risks involved in such a contest. But she also recognized the opportunity to further demonstrate humanity's strengths and forge an even stronger bond with the Zorgon Empire. "We accept your invitation, Your Majesty," Sarah declared, her voice filled with determination. "Our champions will prove their mettle on the battlefield, just as our diplomats have proven their worth in the halls of the Galactic Embassy." As the humans departed the Imperial Palace, they knew that the upcoming tournament would be a defining moment in their relations with the Zorgon Empire. The ancient prophecy has set in motion a chain of events that would test the limits of human courage and ingenuity. Sarah turned to her team, a fire burning in her eyes. "We have work to do," she said, her voice filled with purpose. "Let's show the galaxy what humans are truly capable of." News of the Emperor's grand tournament spread like wildfire throughout the Zorgon Empire and beyond. Representatives from countless worlds flocked to the imperial capital, eager to witness the historic event that would pit the finest Zorgon warriors against the enigmatic human champions. The tournament arena, a colossal structure carved from gleaming obsidian, pulsed with anticipation as spectators filled the stands. Among them sat the Emperor himself, flanked by his most trusted advisors, including the historian Zaxxer and the newly appointed human ambassador, Sarah Novak. As the opening ceremonies commenced, the Zorgon champions emerged from the arena's depths, their massive forms clad in ornate battle armor. They brandished an array of exotic weapons, each one honed to lethal perfection. The crowd roared in approval, their voices echoing through the cavernous arena. Then, the human challengers entered the fray. Though physically smaller than their Zorgon counterparts, they exuded an aura of quiet confidence. Among them stood Captain Marcus Reeves, his eyes sharp and his stance poised. Beside him, a diverse team of human warriors, each chosen for their unique skills and expertise. The first round of the tournament pitted the human champions against the Zorgon's most formidable melee fighters. The Zorgons, their muscles rippling beneath their armor, charged forward with a fearsome battle cry. The humans, in contrast, remained calm and focused, their movements precise and calculated. As the two sides clashed, it became clear that the humans were outmatched in terms of raw strength. However, they compensated with their agility, speed, and tactical prowess. They dodged the Zorgon's powerful blows, striking at vulnerable points with lightning-fast precision. Captain Reeves, armed with a sleek energy blade, danced around his Zorgon opponent, his movements a blur of motion. He exploited the gaps in the Zorgon's defenses, landing devastating strikes that left the warrior reeling. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the human champions held their own against the Zorgon elite. Some battles ended in draws, while others saw the humans emerging victorious through sheer determination and skill. As the tournament progressed, the challenges became more varied and complex. The humans faced tests of marksmanship, piloting prowess, and even strategic simulations. In each contest, they demonstrated their adaptability and ingenuity, employing unconventional tactics that left their Zorgon opponents bewildered. In the final round, Captain Reeves found himself pitted against Zorgon's most celebrated champion, a towering warrior known as Krax the Undefeated. Krax, his armor gleaming in the arena's artificial light, regarded Reeves with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. As the two warriors circled each other, Krax lunged forward, his massive war hammer poised to crush the human captain. Reeves, anticipating the move, leaped aside at the last moment, the hammer's impact sending shockwaves through the arena floor. Reeves retaliated with a flurry of precise strikes, his energy blade flashing as it carved through Krax's armor. The Zorgon champion, unaccustomed to such relentless pressure, found himself on the defensive, his movements becoming sluggish and predictable. With a final, daring maneuver, Reeves disarmed cracks, sending the warhammer clattering to the ground. The human captain stood victorious, his blade hovering inches from Crax's throat. The arena erupted in a cacophony of cheers and gasps as the reality of the human victory sank in. The Emperor, his eyes wide with astonishment, rose from his seat, his voice booming across the arena. "Behold," he declared, his arms outstretched. "The humans have proven their worth, not just as allies, but as equals in the eyes of the Zorgan Empire. Let this day mark a new era of cooperation and shared destiny between our peoples." As the tournament concluded, Sarah Novak stood beside her human champions, her heart swelling with pride. They had defied expectations, showcasing the indomitable human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. But even as they savored their victory, Sarah knew that the true challenges lay ahead. The ancient prophecy had set them on a path that would shape the future of the galaxy, and the humans would need to be ready for whatever trials awaited them. In the aftermath of the galactic tournament, the Zorgan Empire found itself at a crossroads. The humans, once dismissed as a fledgling species, had proven their worth as formidable allies and potential partners in shaping the galaxy's future. The Emperor, recognizing the significance of this moment, called for a grand assembly to formalize a new era of cooperation between the Zorgans and humanity. Dignitaries from across the Empire gathered in the grand hall of the Imperial Palace, their faces a mix of anticipation and uncertainty. Among them stood Sarah Novak and her human delegation, their presence a testament to the shifting balance of power. As the Emperor took his place on the race days, a hush fell over the assembled crowd. "My fellow Zorgans," he began, his voice resonating through the hall, "we stand on the precipice of a new age. The humans, through their courage and determination, have earned our respect and admiration. It is time we forge a new alliance, one that will shape the destiny of our galaxy." Murmurs of dissent rippled through the crowd, as some Zorgans grappled with the notion of embracing an alliance with a species they had once considered inferior. The Emperor, sensing the unease, pressed on. "I understand your reservations," he acknowledged, his gaze sweeping across the hall. "But consider this. The ancient prophecy that has long haunted our empire speaks of a worthy adversary rising to challenge our dominion. What if, instead of an adversary, the humans are meant to be our greatest allies in the face of an even greater threat?" The historian Zaxar stepped forward, his voice trembling with conviction. "Your Majesty is wise," he declared. "The prophecy speaks of a darkness that will consume the galaxy, a force that no single species can hope to withstand alone. If the humans are indeed the ones foretold, then our survival may depend on the strength of our alliance." Sarah Novak, seizing the moment, addressed the assembly. "People of the Zorgan Empire," she began, her voice clear and unwavering, "we come to you not as conquerors or subjugators, but as partners in a shared destiny. The challenges that lie ahead will test the mettle of both our species, but together we can face them head-on." As Sarah spoke, a change began to ripple through the assembled Zorgans. Grudging respect gave way to cautious optimism, and long-held prejudices began to crumble in the face of a greater purpose. The Emperor, sensing the shift in the room, seized the moment. "Let us ratify this new alliance," he proclaimed, "not as a surrender of our pride, but as a recognition of our shared strength. Together, Zorgans and humans will stand as guardians of the galaxy, ready to face whatever threats may come." With a resounding chorus of approval, the alliance was sealed. Zorgan and human leaders came together, their hands clasped in a symbolic gesture of unity and cooperation. In the days that followed, the practical implications of the alliance began to take shape. Human technology and innovation merged with Zorgan expertise and resources, giving rise to new marvels of engineering and scientific discovery. Joint military exercises showcased the combined might of Zorgan and human forces, a powerful deterrent against any who would threaten the peace. As the alliance grew stronger, Sarah Novak found herself at the center of a new era of diplomacy. She worked tirelessly to bridge the gaps between Zorgan and human cultures, fostering understanding and cooperation at every turn. Captain Marcus Rees, now a respected figure among the Zorgan military, took on the role of liaison between the two species' armed forces. Under his guidance, human and Zorgan soldiers learned to fight side by side, their strengths complementing each other on the battlefield. And so, the stage was set for a new chapter in the galaxy's history. The once fractured races now stood united, their eyes fixed on the stars and the challenges that lay ahead. The ancient prophecy had brought them together, but it would be their own strength, courage, and determination that would shape the future. As Sarah Novak looked out across the vast expanse of space, she knew that the road ahead would be long and fraught with danger. But with the Zorgan Empire and humanity standing together, she had faith that they would weather any storm and emerge stronger than ever before. The alliance had been forged, and the galaxy would never be the same.